Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to this extremely exciting finale for the Semi-Slick Racing Grand Prix Classics Championship here on the Belgian Grand Prix. And we are looking today at what for me is the most exciting race I ever get to commentate. At least the premise of it, of course, is we'll see how it turns out, but there is a lot to worry about today. We're starting a little early because I want to get through all of it before we even get to qualifying. I want people to know the stakes. What are we looking at today? Well, we are looking at the Belgian Grand Prix. Of course, it is the last one of the season. Here's the calendar. We've had 8 races. This is the final one. And after this, the points are set. The awards are given out virtually. I don't think we have any physical rewards this time around. And yeah, and then in a few months' time, we'll start another season. So that's as that stands. But what the real magic of today is, we will see right here in the driver's standings. On top you can see name Domska. If you watch the first half of the season, you will be very familiar with that name. But if you watch the second half of the season, you will know Gerald Smith just as well, if not better. They are both at exactly 81 points. They are tied. So today, whoever scores more points is the winner. I was looking at Dustin because he was the teammate of Gerald, who wasn't here yet, and Domska wasn't driving, but here is Domska in your background. I will ignore the rest of the driver standings for right now. We'll come back to that. Domska, of course, first half of the season, impeccable. Won 3 of the first 4 races, and second on that fourth one was the third race, I believe it was in Imola. Had to concede to his teammates, who, well, simply had a better race, was doing much better overall. But the second half of the season has not gone quite his way. Of course, we had the Portuguese Grand Prix, where I believe he was simply outdriven by Statue, who beat him. The German Grand Prix, where I believe things initially didn't go its way, and then it looked to go his way again, but then he was beaten on track by Gerald Smith. And last race, of course, if you were here last week, you will remember the Japanese Grand Prix, where Domska was brutally taken out through a racing incident. It was deemed. There was no penalty given for that incident. But yeah, he unfortunately retired the car after that early incident. Didn't score any points, and Gerald won that race, giving us that perfectly equal score. What kind of season has Gerald had, though? Well, for that, I want to look at a scoring table to see exactly how he scored. You see Domska first, second, first. Excellent start. But look at Gerald second, 5th, and 2nd. That's 3 second places in 4 races. That's super consistent. Portuguese Grand Prix, his worst finish is 6th place. And then he gets 2 wins. No DNF behind his name. Super consistent has the season been. No fastest laps either. It's just been extreme consistency in terms of results. And he has beaten out people that you would argue are maybe faster, just by that level of consistency. If you think about consistency and pace, of course, in normal circumstances, you would believe that Domska has it to lose today here. And I think that is still true, but of course you do have to keep in mind that maybe there is a virtual element of momentum. Gerald has caught up to Domska. He's taken more points in recent races than Domska. Domska might feel like he's on the back foot. And yeah, we'll have to work for it. And I'm sure he has in the background. He has done so many laps around this track. And you can see right now he is just doing lap after lap here, trying to get comfortable with this car as much as possible, with this track as much as possible. I'm sure he is already, but yeah, he cannot afford a single mistake this race, because if he makes one mistake, it will be this man going home with the title, Gerald Smith, who has been with Semi-Slick Racing for a while. who has had very memorable races. I keep mentioning the Indianapolis race of last season that we did, and I think it's a really good one to keep mentioning. It's not just because it's the only one that I properly remember. I haven't watched that many races before this season of this group. I've participated in a few, but if I'm participating, I'm worried about my own race and nobody else's, of course. But Gerald, in that race, really demonstrated his racing IQ, his strategical prowess, and his consistency on the tires. He managed to keep them very clean, very nice. So even if he is fast, don't get me wrong, he is fast, but even if he's not, he's able to compensate through other tactics. And speaking of tactics, today will be a tactical day. We are looking at a wet to dry race. That is wet to start, dry to end. And I've heard that because of the way the server is set up, there is a chance that the end of the race might be a little wet. Might be. But I don't think it will be enough to force a tire change. If we have a safety car, maybe yes. But that seems to be unlikely. Last race, we had a really big incident, of course, as you saw. There was no safety car. It appears to be that, well, the developers apparently have seen it and are looking into why that wasn't a safety car. Which is a bit weird, because maybe they have to replay it. They couldn't, like, replay it in a certain way. Maybe they have the tools for that. But yeah, that should have apparently been a safety car. Of course, if you looked at it, that should have been a safety car. Looking at why it didn't happen, it may very well be that we missed it because people drove off quicker than the game expected, or the game registered for a safety car. So we got away with another safety carless race, I guess. That's maybe something nice for us, but it did change the race. It made it harder for people to catch up, unfortunately, though. Hopefully today we have a cleaner race, a cleaner start for sure, and we have a clean title fight between Geralt and Domska, as Geralt, I think, sets his first lap time. It is currently only good enough for 9th place, but I do not know what fuel is running. I do not know what he's trying to practice, because it is still practice. Nothing is definitive. Now, because this is a wet, dry race, because we're looking at several different weather types, you might have different tires. Wet tires, slick tires. Now, this game doesn't tell me which tires people are on, and it is very likely that they will be driving on slicks on a track that does not appear to be ready for slicks. Now, I have received from some teams, for some drivers, only a handful, roughly what they're going to do. I will not mention them yet until the start of the end of qualifying, start of the race. So just to ensure that if there is anybody listening from the drivers, they either have to settle for hearing my voice the entire race, or they will not get the information, right? So that's the trade-off that they're gonna have to decide between. Now, of course, I skipped over the entire rest of the grid. I'm talking about 2 people here, and a little bit of what is happening today. But let's go back to the driver standings, because today there's a lot more to fight for than just for first place. Dustin still needs to defend somewhat from the Crow. That is a gap of 7 points, but that's not impossible to bridge, especially if the Crow has a good race today. If Dustin has a bad race today, it is very possible. The Crow could also win. You know, the champion doesn't have to win the last race. So we'll see if Dustin can hold on to that. Statue is also very close to the Crow. He is in fact in range to take that 3rd place. A little less likely, but it's possible. Then below that we have a decent gap to Nacho. in almost unbridgeable gap. Nacho is kind of in his own place, but then you look at Randers and Michael, they are exactly equal on points. They are fighting for a position today. Cavallor is essentially where he will be at the end of the season, 9th place. Then we have Nolsey, who I don't think we've seen today. He had a really rotten last race last time. He had a really good first 2/3 of the race and the last third of the race. Apparently something happened where his rear tires got overheated. He had no grip anymore, and he started making mistakes here and there. And that can cost you a lot of positions. So, really unfortunate for him. Not defending his position today, so that is a place for Silver to take, who is here today. Max Manfred is also not here today, so he's settling with 13 points today. Yeah, he had a decent season, so hopefully he's happy with that. Let's look at the rest of the drivers. We've got Marcus Vial, who joined one race last time. He is set to join here today again. He is currently in the pits. I will also look at other reserve drivers in a bit. We've got JJ, who is here today. He is currently 10th on the timing sheet, exiting the grass. We've got HGM in 15th, we've got a Ride or Die behind that. Bo is not here today. Maserati is here today again. Maserati had a really good race should be here today. I've heard that he will be here. I don't see him yet. He had a really good race in Germany. I believe it was the Hockenheim circuit, where he had a brilliant race and his car didn't refuel, so he had to retire. He's done alright in, I think, another race where it was like kind of felt like he performed where he needed to be, but there is still, I think, something left for him to do. If he is here today, I hope he gets a good chance to show what he's really capable of with the result to back it up. We got Mario, I don't think he's here today. PC Finch, Hans Topo, P1 Game Tiger, Dimitri Petrov is here today as a reserve driver. It will be his first proper race. I think he joined the Japanese Grand Prix. I don't know, sorry, it wasn't the Japanese Grand Prix, it was a different Grand Prix. But he very quickly got taken out, it was the Nürburgring, I believe. And yeah, but he's gonna try again today. Doc Two-Face, of course, joined us last time, didn't score any points, unfortunately. Was caught up in an incident. We'll talk about incidents in a bit as well, because it is important for today. And then the last few drivers, Kamikaze, Arderic, Weasel and Jordi haven't scored any points. Jordi only joined the first race. So yeah, he's on the list. Now, before we continue, we've got the driver standings. Sorry, team standings. We just had the driver standings. Benetton has overtaken Ligier last time. After the Japanese Grand Prix. The gap is very much something Ligier can bridge again, though. If they have a good race today, if they have a 1-2, I think it's guaranteed. So that is something they will be fighting for. So it's something they can force. That's nice for them. Ligier and Sauber, very simple. You've got to score more points than the other team. They are in a straight-up fight for the third place in the Constructors' Championship. Definitely something they are looking at. Definitely something they will be fighting for. This is not. I mean, of course, they want the Drivers' Championship. That's what they're really fighting for. But they do not ignore this, right? Both the Sauber drivers and the Ferrari drivers know that they will be fighting for this championship, and they care, I'm sure. The Williams drivers are essentially where they will be at the end. 53 points, miles away from McLaren, miles away from Sauber. I don't think it's possible even to make. No, I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's possible to gain a position. But they can get 2 points away from Sauber. I think that's the best they can do. We've got McLaren and Jordan, they are 1 point apart. We got Ride or Die today, I believe. Yeah, here he is. And we've got HCM. They are in a straight fight for that position. Do need to score more than 1 point if you're HCM, or 1 point more than Ride or Die. But yeah, that's how they stand. And then we've got Manali, Simtek, Pamela, and Terrell hasn't scored any points yet this season. Terrell will be represented today by Marcus. So Marcus has a good shot. of getting those that team some points. Would be nice to have 11 teams with all points, even though it's a reserve driver picking it up. I don't think there is another Tyrrell representative. Of course, I can just check that, right? Because I have more graphics to show you. This one. So what do we have? We have both Benetton drivers, we have both Ligier drivers, both Ferrari drivers, both Sauber drivers, both Williams drivers. I'm sure these are names you are familiar with. Nolsey I haven't seen yet today. I don't think he's still turning up. But Ryder is here. Ryder will be representing McLaren. Let's adjust some things. Yes. Then we've got ACM and Dmitry Petrov, of course, for the Jordan team. So he will also be able to score some points for them and secure that position in the championship. We've got Minardi, Scuderia Italia. JJ will be driving for them today, trying to defend that position in the championship. The Simtech 4 team, Maserati should be here. I mean, both drivers, I think they should be here, but they're not here yet. That is what it is. We'll see if they turn up. We've got Parmalat 44 with Kamikaze, and that's wrong. Oh no, that is wrong. Because we've got a new driver today. It's not Kamikaze, it's someone else. And Marcus Villar in the Tyrrell car. I quickly wanna. Ooh. Where is it? Yes. Okay, we have a new driver today who hasn't joined us before. The name is Lady Cousette, driving the Parmalat team today. So every team is represented, provided Maserati joins. Hopefully that will be the case. Yeah, joining for the first time today in this this series, or in this group even. Like a small mistake there, but oh, good car control. Kept it relatively stable and back on the road. Gotta keep driving. A little bit off the pace for now. Of course, we have no information about tires or fuel load or plan. Also very important. But yeah, joining us today for the first time and hopefully is going to have a good time. But of course, Marcus Villar is actually right behind. Brilliant planning from these two. Hasn't set a time yet, will be setting a time right now. I do not know what his pace will be here today. Of course, if you weren't watching last time, I've mentioned it about a million times last time, but we'll say it again. Marcus Villar is quite well known for setting very, very good times on the AMS2 leaderboard. And you can see immediately, second place on the board. He set some world records here and there. Of course, doing that live on a lobby is a different kind of sport. Doing it consistently during a race is a complete impossibility. So it's a different challenge that he's facing today than what he's used to, than what he excels in. But he will get the chance to show off his racecraft. But today we only have two real protagonists, main characters. One, Gerald Smith, who is the chaser, the dog chasing after the big driver this season, the indomitable Domschka, who has shown such dominance at the start of the season, to the point that I think everyone in the community was just accepting it was his championship. But out of nowhere, a couple of not so great races followed by a horrific race, and suddenly it's a fight again. It's gonna be Domschka, who is gonna have to defend against a Gerald Smith who is more than eager to take that championship. It might feel a bit stolen for him. It might feel like he didn't deserve the chance, but he's got that chance and he's got to take it. He's not gonna shy away from that. Absolutely not. Before we go racing and we have any points divided, of course, we first have that qualifying session And if it looks, if this were the qualifying result, I think we'd have a very good idea of what would happen for the championship. But, of course, I mean, last time we thought Domska would secure the championship, in fact, with a win. But he didn't finish. He barely got to start. So qualifying is one thing. They're setting up for it. They're getting ready for it. The practice is complete. Once all the drivers have crossed the line, once everybody is back in the pits, we will move on to qualifying. And then it matters. Then we're finally starting what for me has been a long-awaited finale of this season. What has been a very interesting season. Great racing overall is what we have seen. There's been many ups and downs. It's been exciting championship battles all the way until now. To the point that we have a straight up fight between two drivers and two teams for both championships. Domska finishes his lap and we're going to watch him all the way through. I haven't quite talked about the track. I barely have done that at all so far. We'll have a very good look at this track. It is very famous. It is Spa, but it's an old version of Spa. It's a 1990 something version of Spa. Somewhere in the 1990s they drove this version. Apparently they can use a lot of the exit of turn 1. That's fair. The track limits are wherever the game says they are most of the time. The reason for that is that's just fair for everyone. It's easiest to enforce. There's no trying something and not being sure if it's okay. You just know it's okay because the game will tell you. So here we go then. Let's see. I'm guessing that is Dustin out first or is it Gerald? Let's have a look. It is Dustin out first. He does like to exit the pits first. So let's go on the roof. While he does that, I will update my administration. Very important. It's always behind, but yeah, it's important for many things, including, of course, the standings after the race. I want to be able to show you who is the champion. I do not have a graphic for the champion. I was thinking about it, but unfortunately didn't quite have the time to put it all together. But for next season, I've got a very good basis to build more. And yeah, that's something I can reuse for future seasons, and I do think there will be future seasons. If next season is anything like this one, it should be another brilliant watch. Excuse me, I had to quickly adjust some things, but we're good. Now, this lap will start a bit suddenly. Currently in sector 3 and we're about to start it. And really it starts here with this bus stop chicane. You want to carry as much speed through here because you carry all of it out of here. It's barely a chicane, it's a straight line with a single lane, and this is where the lap starts. Under the faster sign. Oh, I feel like, is everybody having issues or did Dustin disconnect? I think Dustin disconnected. We'll follow from Gerald after La Source, the first hairpin. We go up this very famous Eau Rouge complex, Eau Rouge Intergadion. That's there. And then through this corner, the Camel Straight, a very, very long straight. This is one of the reasons drivers will not be driving with full downforce. Then hard on the brakes here through Le Combe. Chicane to the right and then to the left. Try to get a good exit out of there. Very nicely done by Gerald. Clean banker lap so far. Brussels, and then this corner. Spectators corner, speakers corner, I don't know what I call it. I go to Puhan, one of my favorite corners on any calendar. Especially the modern F1 car, it is so fast, but even here, Gerald shows how quick it can be. Right-hander and the left-hander here through corners that escape, whose name escapes me. And then through that corner, you want a good exit out of there, because you carry it all the way through all of Sector 3 that just began between those two right-hand corners. Here is a flat-out corner, essentially flat, and then you brake for the bus stop chicane. And it is a bus stop chicane, like they have these days. And through there, that is a lap. Dustin didn't disconnect, it just looked very weird on the stream. And it looks like the first gauntlet has been dropped. Domska, a 151.0. Too strong for Gerald, 4/10 of a difference. But they currently stand 1 and 2. HGM put themselves in 6th place so far. A little bit of gap to Cavalo, who is in 5th, behind Randers, and then Dustin. We got, well, let's see who else is there. We got Ride or Die is driving. I'm interested actually what Michael is doing. He is in a fight himself with, I believe it was Randers. Randers had a very good early championship, but it's dropped off a little bit. Not because he's been getting slower, it's because other people have honestly been getting very fast. And it's been hard to compete. He's also had a couple of races where he just didn't compete. So, didn't join. So that drops him a little bit in the standings. But yeah, he's still in a fight. And it's with this man, Michael, who is currently setting his banker lap time. You do not have time for a lot of laps, because it's Spa. A lap takes like 2 minutes. Also means that an out lap takes 2 minutes. So you don't get a lot of opportunities to set your lap time. You do need to be perfect straight away, preferably. Through the bus stop chicane, Michael goes to finish his lap. Has to work for a good exit. There's a little bit of jumping around, unfortunately. I hope the connection isn't too bad for most people. Right now it seems to be struggling. I don't think Michael... No, I think it was actually on an outlap. He hasn't set a lap time yet. Marcus VR is probably also on an outlap. But I'm interested to see what he does. He has, of course, set many a world record in the time trial. It's different in qualifying. You gotta do it on demand. It's much, much harder. Let's see if he can do it. We're actually going on board. Also to show you what Lassour actually looks like, because we missed it. You want to hit that curb a little bit. Get a good exit out of there. Get as much speed as you can. Because the speed you get out of Lassour's counts all the way to Licon. So through here, I'm going to carry the speed. I don't think it's a lift at all. And straight through here. Like a very clean sector 1 for Marcus so far. Even if I feel like I say that Lassour's was maybe a bit too much curb. May have slowed him down a little bit, but he's pushing this car. He's really trying to get all he can out of it. Can he also get in between the two top drivers? Can he get ahead of them? Make their lives even more difficult? Because if he gets ahead of him, ahead of Domska and Gerald, then Domska and Gerald have to decide what is more important for them. Winning this race. Oh, but he makes a mistake. Oh, and he crashes. Oh, that's unfortunate. Looked like a fairly decent lap, but he doesn't get to finish it. when I see some slipstream being given, I hope that's not... I think that's on an outlap, right? Right? I would hope this is not during a fast lap. Because then there will be complaints. But yeah, Geralt has now set a lap time. It's a big improvement, but it's just not enough. And they were both on a fast lap. Domska, well, unfortunately couldn't improve. Geralt did, and he's now very, very close. But of course, if you start a new lap, you start from 0. He's just got to repeat that performance and do it slightly better. That's difficult. That's tough. And he probably only has one more shot. 6 minutes to go. You gotta go out 2 minutes. You gotta set your lap 2 minutes. You gotta go out again 2 minutes, and then the time is up. You only have one more shot, probably. Oh, and Randers does the thing I said might be a little bit funny. I didn't use that word, but it is true. Randers faster than both Domska and Geralt. Randers also, of course, took pole position last time. It was his first pole position, so this could be his second today. Dustin, of course, will also be trying to set a strong lap. He has been generally known as one of the strongest drivers in SSR. When Alan Fry was still the man to beat in these championships, he was consistently second. But this season, it hasn't turned out that way for him. He had a chance to win last race, but he made a crucial mistake near the end. He was conceding that win to his teammate Geralt, which I don't think they're too upset about, considering what we're looking at for the championship. Yeah, that is a win he threw away. Geralt then, is he gonna be able to improve again? This is his outlap. It's the same for Domska. Let's see, I think Domska is behind him. Yeah, he's currently on Puron. And Geralt is going... well, starting Sector 3 right now. Lines up for the bus stop chicane. It's so important to have a good run through here. I think he might just have enough time for 2 runs. And if Domska really, really hurries, what they can do... I kind of undersold this, but what they can do is start their first lap. If it's not good enough, they can abort it, just stop midway through, and then immediately go again. That is something they can do, that is possible. But you are kind of committing to one more time lap. For Domska especially, Geralt might be able to do an extra one. And if they're very tight in the timing, they could both do 2 timed laps. It's super tight though. Geralt starts his lap. Of course, since he has it all to do, we'll follow him first. Also going to be the first to finish it through Bruxelles. Entering Sector 2. Or he is in Sector 2. Looks a little bit cautious through there. I'd not be quite comfortable through there, but trying to make up the time elsewhere. Through Puon then. Carries a lot of speed out of there, but away from the curb still. And Marcus VR actually beats both Domska and Geralt as well. Looks like the championship contenders will be standing on the second row of the grid as it stands. For now. Domska has already aborted his lap. He's gonna try to drive out and do another one. He's got the time. He's got the time to do that. Geralt... what might be his last timed lap, and I don't know if it's gonna be good enough yet. We'll see. He goes through the bus stop chicane. As he exits it. It's a couple of seconds until he crosses the line. But right here is gonna be an improvement. It's not an improvement. Oh, and he's got it all to do now. Immediately, you see, immediately he comes out again. Dustin, his teammate, is ahead of him. Are they going to try something with a slipstream? Are they going to give Domska the hardest challenge in his life and Geralt the easiest easiest race he can get? Because it stands like this, but Geralt is on pole, ahead of Randers, Marcus, and then Domska, then we're looking at advantage Geralt for sure. Other situations, it's gonna be difficult. Let's say trackside with Domska. See how he is going to be doing it. Also, you will note, I forgot to mention this, on the bottom, the Crow and Statue both are not qualifying this because they both got a qualifying ban because they reset incorrectly or dangerously during the last race. The reason Dr. Two-Face and I believe it was Edward Silver, the reason they had damage, they had to come in, was because those two drivers reset right in front of them. They couldn't avoid them, crashed into them, and they had a lot of damage, unfortunately. But they were deemed, well, they could have checked, so they were given a qualifying ban. They were not given a sporting penalty for that race because there were some mitigating circumstances. Mostly in the sense that the game shouldn't allow you to do that. So Domska has now started his lap. Geralt is still building up his lap. So we'll see if he gets to start. He's going to get to start it. He's got the time. He's already through the bus stop chicane. Domska is already on his lap. And through Eau Rouge, it looks quick so far. Very quick through the first sector, entering the second sector. Down through Bruxelles, the slower corners, and then this one. The tricky corner to get right, but I think he's got it decently. Maybe left a little bit on the table, but it's small margins that might decide this. Other people will have made mistakes too. I don't think there's a single perfect lap ever set. Is making it a quick one for sure. He's got over a tenth, maybe 2 tenths to make up to get a very good shot at pole, but there are more drivers driving through the last corners. Then let's go on board with him for these last corners through Blanchimont. Fast left-hander, no lift. And then braking for the bus stop chicane, the last place. Where it could go all wrong. Ooh, and was he a bit too late? Did he throw away all of his time? I don't know. Let's see. Across the line is going to be an improvement. It's not an improvement. It's going to be third at best for Domska. It's a disaster. Where's Geralt? Is in the pits. It's Domska third, Geralt fourth, and Randers, as it sounds, a pole position. He's still driving though. He could improve his time. So far, a very good job from Randers. I don't think he's going to be challenged yet. Or anymore. I don't think there's too many chances or too many people that can do it. Is Dustin still driving? I don't think he is. No, he is not. Cavalo's not driving. ACM, Silver, nobody's driving. Marcus is not driving. It's just Randers. Randers is essentially on a victory lap because he's got a second pole position in a row around the Belgian circuit of Spa. Is going to improve his time? That's the real question. Because if he can do that, that would be incredible. I don't think he did. It was a 9.64, I think. It's still a 9.64. But that is pole position for him. Very well done. And I'm quickly going to update my well-known administration. Because I'm a little bit behind, as always. Nacho actually on the depth of the session ahead of Michael. That is a very important one to note for sure. We've got some of the reserve drivers in the back. I don't think Dimitri got a great lap in, fortunately, so he's gonna have to start from the back. And of course the Crow and Statue are just a little bit behind that. Okay. Remember, cold brakes, of course, this is going to be a chaotic start because it's going to be wet. And the track's going to be slippery, but your brakes are also not going to function because it's cold. That's going to be an important factor. Okay. So, what do we have here? We have 16 motivated drivers. Dustin is making absolutely certain in the chat that everybody knows that the brakes are bad, that Eau Rouge is difficult, and that there will be a lot of spray. You will not be able to see anything. It's going to be really tough for everyone. As we get ready before the race, they normally do a little 2-minute break here. We'll go through what I think should be the starting grid. Randers on P1, very well done for him. Back-to-back pole position at the death of the season. And it will be the last pole position for the season as a result. Marcus VR in second place, ruining this little championship party we have. Domska and Geralt are going to have to line up on the second row, but right next to each other. Domska is ahead though. If they finish like this, Domska will be champion. If they switch positions, Geralt will be champion. Very simple, whoever finishes ahead wins. Provided they both get points. Or one of them gets points. Then we got Dustin and we got Cavalo in 5th and 6th. We got Silver and HGM in 7th and 8th. We got JJ in 9th place. Nacho, death of the session, he got a 10th place position for himself. Also want to shout out HGM in 8th place. Very well done from him. Yeah, showing his pace. Ahead of a Minardi in both sides was very good from him. Friday Eye is in 12th place. Then we got Lady Cousette on her first outing in 13th place. Then we got Dmitry Petrov in 14th place. Didn't get the lap together and had to settle for that. Then we got The Crow in 15th and Statue in 16th. They couldn't qualify. That's where they stand. And this is the grid. 16 people. And only 2 that can win the championship. We've got here Domska and we've got here Geralt. They've got 2 cars ahead of them in Marcus and Randers. They're quite close together all. And there's got to be a lot of spray. The brakes are not going to function. I hope most starts have been ultra clean here. I hope this is one of them, and I really do hope we do not get a repeat of Japan. Going to keep an eye on the championship contenders. I'm gonna make sure that they make it through the first few laps. Get ready. The lights are on, and they're off. Oh, and there's immediately somebody make a mistake in the back. People not getting away properly, but our championship contenders are doing just fine. Geralt with a very cautious start, cautious on the accelerator. Oh, and we're gonna go on a roof. You see how little you actually see. Domska has made a position. He's side by side with Marcus. Oh, is this gonna go? Yeah, Marcus thinks better of it. Experienced enough to know that side by side through Eau Rouge in the wet is a death sentence. He decides not to go for that. Domska is close behind Randers, but it's completely impossible to see anything. This is how it's going to be for the start, and all of these boys will be on wet tires. I know from the Ligier team, the Crow has told me that he will be on wets for the start and slicks a few laps in. I know that Dustin will be doing something similar. So from both teams, from both top 2 teams. Oh, and where's Geralt? Geralt has made a mistake. Oh, Geralt has lost a couple of positions. He's in 6th place currently. He's quite far behind Domska. He's got it all to make up for the championship. Domska looks to be the champion as it stands. But we haven't even finished lap 1 yet. What am I waffling about? Domska is chasing for the lead though. Has done an excellent job with the start. Marcus VR had to concede a position currently in 3rd. Dustin benefiting from his teammate making a mistake. Cavalo behind that. Then we got Geralt. Michael making up a good number of positions at the start. Then we got The Crow in 8th place already. He started from last. Remember, he couldn't start. He wasn't couldn't qualify. Wasn't allowed. Then we got Nacho, Statue, Dmitry Petrov still in here. Silver, Rider Die, JJ, Lady Cousette, and somebody has disconnected, and we're going to really quickly figure out who. It's not the Crow, of course. He had an excellent start. And I do want to quickly see, Dustin is right behind Marcus. He will want to get past, because then he can take the fight to Domska and put pressure on Domska to try and slow him down for Geralt to try and catch up, if that's what they're going to do. It's something they could think about. Who are we missing? We're not missing Radadai. We're not missing... are we missing Statue? The Statue's still driving. Oh, I think HTM is disconnected, and Lady Courgette has also just disconnected. I think I completely mispronounced that twice, but I committed to it. That's how we're gonna do it. Let's see, is it anyone very close to someone else? Marcus is starting to put a little bit of pressure on Domska. Maybe no, there's still a decent distance. There's not a decent distance behind these two, though. Dustin is absolutely putting a lot of pressure on Marcus, but you can see that visibility is seriously hampering any chance for a real overtake. She just can't see anything. Lady Crusette unfortunately had to retire. Difficult conditions for the start, but they will clear up relatively quickly as soon as the rain stops. Ooh, a little bit of a mistake from Marcus there in the rain. It will not be used to that. Time trials are exclusively in the dry. But he's doing an excellent job so far to keep it on the track. As it stands, Domska in second place. Is quite far ahead of Geralt, who I think is mostly trying to survive this part of the race. I'm not sure if he has damage, but his pace isn't all there. And in fact, he is being put under pressure from the Crow. That is the teammate of Domska. And actually, the Crow is going to do a really good job for Domska. He makes it straight past as they enter Sector 3. Clinical from that man. And we know he is really good in the rain. The Crow makes up another position, and he's currently in 6th. What else have we got? We got Nacho very close to his teammate Michael. These two are, well, essentially driving this race together as it stands right now. Shouldn't fight too much when it comes to the championship. Michael does have a fight with Randus, and Randus is leading the race. I wanna stress this. Randus is leading the race. He's doing a great job. He's had a very good start, enough to get away from Marcus and Domska. He is keeping this position very nicely. He is using the spray to his advantage, maybe, I don't know. It's very hard to just see what's going on ahead of you. And somebody else has retired, unfortunately. Oh, now I really have to figure out who it was. I think it was Ride or Die. I do not see him on the list anymore. That's Ride or Die that left us. And Marcus, ooh, Marcus is losing positions. 1 to Dustin this time. Dustin currently only a position behind Domska. Now this is not enough, not nearly enough for the Ligier team to make up their deficit. Geralt still behind the Crow. Dustin still behind Domska, but the difference in points right now is I think 3. 2 between Domska and Dustin, and 1 between Geralt and the Crow. They need a 7-point difference. So essentially, I think that means they both need to get ahead, and preferably one of them needs to win. It's gonna be tough. But the Crow is fast. Earlier, Geralt and the Crow were fighting. Geralt was overtaken by the Crow, but Geralt has lost a lot of time to the leader. Currently, nearly 11 seconds behind. He is not doing well with this wet weather. Is this going to be his Waterloo? Race is still young, and this weather will not last all race either. We're expecting the first switches after about 6 to 7 laps. Currently entering lap 4 with Geralt. One of the drivers already up Eau Rouge. He's starting to create a little bit of a train behind him of 2 Saubers and a statue. I think statue had a really bad start. There was a Ferrari that was moving left and right. Hopefully he has no damage. Still driving, that's the good part. And I think... No, nothing really happens. Okay. No, I think the Saubers are side by side. Ooh, they're close to each other. No, Nacho is... oh, we've lost Nacho. He's made a mistake, I think, and is now overtaken by Statue. That's what happened. Statue also with a decent start, of course, couldn't qualify, but currently P9. I think JJ had a really bad start, unfortunately, and is currently in 13th place. Or likely had to repair something. And I am seeing something super interesting. Dustin is going to take matters in his own hands. It's currently closing in on Domska. Now this is interesting. This is going to complicate things. But there are more complications. Let me take you through them. First complication is if Dustin starts fighting Domska, you can start pulling Domska back. Slowing him down. Make sure that Domska has to worry about Dustin. We saw this actually today in the Grand Prix of Emilia-Romagna in Italy, Imola. There were fights that slow people down. As a result, well, undercuts didn't work or whatever, things like that. If Domska and Dustin start fighting, Dustin could do Geralt a great service. It could put him in a much better position for the second complication, and that is when do you pit? This track is so wet. When will the slick tires be gripping? The track doesn't need to be dry for it to be good enough for the slicks to be faster. So the drivers are going to have to figure out what works best, and I think JJ has just retired. They have, of course, tested this for themselves. They have a decent idea, but the game is a little bit random in how much rain is applied. When does it stop? How quickly does it stop? And I think the rain itself has stopped. No, the rain is still going, but it's starting to clear. Dustin is so close behind Domska, who himself actually is very close behind Randers. Dustin's looking on the inside, but there is not a move there. Decides better of it. And we continue. Dustin will be looking for a move. Can it be done here? To the left. Oh, that's tricky. Outside for the first turn. Nah, he doesn't stick it around. Maybe a switch back here. That is tricky, but it is not impossible. He'll be on the outside, though. You don't want that for the next corner. Dustin is hunting. You can see he feels faster. He feels like he has better pace, but getting past Domska, who is positioning his car perfectly, I might add, is difficult. He's got a much better exit out of there. It's side by side through Blanchimont. It's going to be outside. Oh, no, he's just straight up ahead before the corner happens. And that's the corner I was worried about. You cannot go side by side through this one, not without somebody letting off. But there we go. Dustin now in P2, doing his teammate a service. Now Domska cannot overtake Randers and run away. That is the big deal here. Now, if you box 1 lap too early or 1 lap too late, that can be a difference of easily 5 seconds. Okay, maybe 5 seconds is a bit much, but it can be a big difference. That could be enough for Geralt to put himself right back into the championship race. He needs a decent amount, though. You can see Domska is immediately dropping off. The dirty air is not working for him. Combined with the fact that I think that Dustin is straight up faster in the rain. Also, I have to notice the Crow has overtaken Cavallor. This is very interesting for the team's championship, because right now they're scoring equal points, the Benetton team and the Ligier team. I'm not taking fastest lap into account yet, because these laps will not be the fastest. Trust me, there will be a dry section of the race. Crow is making up time. Not just places, but time to Randers, the leader. Might be the fastest man on track right now. And actually, who else is making up time? It's Gerald. Gerald is slowly but surely creeping towards Randers. And if he's creeping towards Randers, he's creeping towards Domska. Oh, and I see a big mistake. Is it Statue? It is, I think, Cavallor. Cavallor's hit the wall. Big mistake, a unforced error in the rain. Put him on a slippery patch where he could not control the car. He's holding up Michael, I think, a little bit, who will not be happy with that. Michael now passed, and Cavallor will have to go back to the pits. It's going to be tricky. He doesn't have a rear wing anymore, it seems. But even that, I think... Yeah, that man was between Geralt and Domska in a global sense. Between Geralt and the Crow in a specific sense. That makes it easy for Geralt. If he can pick up the pace, he has got a lot of clean air. And Marcus VR is inside the box. Marcus is the first one to blink. We've already seen somebody go into the pits. I see the Crow extending. The Crow told me it will be about lap 7. He keeps going. He doesn't think the track is ready yet. What is Geralt gonna do? What is Domska gonna do? Those are two that I'm really worried about. Oh, and I missed this. Dustin has taken the lead of the race. Randers is still there. Randers is still fighting. I don't think he's letting this one go yet. Licom, is it gonna be? No, he's not gonna make a move here. Dustin keeps that position. Makes a move for the lead. As the first real strategical wrinkles are starting to take shape. Got the first stop in. Marcus emerges in 8th place currently. Is he faster than Dustin and Randers? Keep an eye on this delta. It's currently 16 point something. If it starts growing, it's bad for him. If it starts shrinking, it's good for him. But I feel like it's too early for slicks. How is this car looking? Oh, it's very, very careful through there. I think if we're looking through at Nacho, I don't think has stopped yet. It's a little bit more confident. That could be all the difference. That could be all that is needed. And we see Dustin is running away with it. 1.6 seconds to Randers, 1.7, growing every second. Domska still has quite a bit to do though to try and overtake Randers. Another player here, the Crow, currently in 4th place. He's mastering this rain very well. Already caught up to his teammate. Remember, the Crow didn't get to qualify. He started from the back. Now he's here. And he is still catching up to his teammates. Catching up to Randers. But I feel like Dustin is really unleashed. You see a fight here between Statue and Michael. These two are very close together. There's also actually a fight for lower positions. Dimitri and Silva are fighting. If we go back to Statue, I think will not make a move at the end of the Camel Straight. That will be a bit crazy with this distance. Yeah, we'll be working on this one for a little bit. Domska starting to catch up to Randers. He's like Randers is losing the pace a little bit. Was that as the track is drying up, Domska and other drivers are adapting a bit better. Dustin, I think, is the biggest beneficiary from that. Currently nearly 3 seconds ahead. Statue has now overtaken Michael. Slightly off camera, and not a moment I expected right around Puon. But yeah, there he is. Statue currently in P6. But this is crucial for the championship, potentially. If he can get past Randers and he can start to run away, there's even less chance that Gerald can make a fight for the championship happen. Still a lot to look at. Oh, but actually, Domska thinks it is time. He's going into the pits. Dustin has also gone into the pits. What is Gerald gonna do? Gerald also going into the pits, or does he decide he keeps going? Gerald is gonna keep going. And Domska is already in the pits. Apparently, Gerald thinks the track is still too wet for the slicks. And we'll find out very quickly with his teammate right ahead of him. If he's faster than his teammate, he's got a very good shot of catching up to Domska. Domska also, to his demise, emerges in a little bit of traffic. His statue right ahead of him. What's Gerald gonna do? He's right behind his teammate. If he's faster than his teammate, I assume Dustin is gonna let him go. Ooh, but what's gonna happen? Is Domska gonna overtake Statue? I think that's really what we're gonna look at. But actually, he's being bogged down. It's Marcus actually that has heated up his tires. That's putting pressure on Domska. Ooh, and that's not something he wants to see. And right behind that is Michael, who I don't think has stopped yet. And he is also putting him under a lot of pressure. Has he stopped too early? Is he not getting the tires to work? What's going on with Domska? He's losing time hand over fist. But is it enough? I don't think it's enough for Gerald to catch up fully. At all. But that is going to cost him. The Crow also very close to Randers. He is so incredibly quick in the rain. And he's going to try and overtake here through Blanchimont on the inside. Yeah, and there he goes. Very nice job through Blanchimont. He hasn't stopped either yet. And if he's able to go this quickly in the rain, I feel like people have stopped too early. Except that Dustin is able to get these tires working. What's going to happen? Randers and the Crow now pit. What's Gerald going to do? Is he going to keep going or is he going to pit? Surely he's going to stop. Yes, here he goes. Gerald is in for his stop as well. And where is Domska? Domska has to stop again. No! Did Domska emerge on the wrong tires? Oh no! Did Domska emerge on the wrong tires? Did his car not refuel? What happened? What happened? Domska has to stop again. And suddenly, the championship flips. It's Gerald in the lead for the championship. Gerald Smith, after a big case of misfortune from his competitor in the championship, who we all thought would take it after that the first 4 races, won 3 out of 4 of them, hasn't won a single race since. And today doesn't seem to be going his way either. What's going on with Domska? Hopefully he's on the right tires now. Hopefully his car is refueled. He is still driving. That is at least a good sign. Because if it is fuel, that should have been fixed. If it is fuel, there's a lot of questions to be asked to Razor. got it all to do, but I do wanna stress, this is not over. Geralt is still driving on a fairly wet surface on tires that will be a little bit cold, will be a little bit struggling. Dustin, I think, has really got the tires going very well. He's got 10 seconds on everyone else. Marcus VR is right behind him. Will be able to prove that he is the fastest man on the Automobilista if he manages to catch up to Dustin, which is not an easy feat. The Crow is right behind. Has he stopped yet? Yes, the Crow has also stopped. Along with Randus, who is a little bit behind. I don't think he's getting the tires working as quickly. I think everybody should now be on slicks. So Domsky took a few tries, but we're gonna keep up with... No. Oh, it's Michael. Oh, I thought it was Geralt for a second that went into box. I would have been so angry. Michael stops now. I'm not sure if he stopped before. I don't think he has. No, maybe he has and it hasn't swapped to the right tires. I think that's what happened, unfortunately, for him as well. I do hope to see in the chat, be it here in Twitch or in the Discord that we run, what exactly happened. Domsky is catching up the statue, and it is rate critical that he overtakes him quickly. Because Geralt is still working on the side, still trying to get them up to temperature, trying to get some confidence into them. As soon as that happens, Geralt will have the chance to run away, and will then have the chance to defend. It's best for Domsky to prevent that, get past statue quickly, and immediately put pressure on Geralt. Do not let him get comfortable. Get past, and win the championship. I also have to mention the Crow has now stopped. Is currently in P3 from last place. Excellent race from him, and really it's mostly his strength in the wet, in changeable conditions. He proved it at Imola earlier this season. He's proving it again today. And Statue has conceded this position to Geralt. No, sorry, Statue is close to Geralt. Geralt is not getting the tires to work, and Domsky is actually within a second of Geralt through Statue. Could be a very important fight between Domsky and Statue. Is it gonna be here? Is it gonna be this Sector 1? Eau Rouge, the long camel straight. Does Domsky have the low drag setup to simply breeze past? I think he should be able to do it this lap. He's closing in fast on the inside. And there he goes. I don't think there's anything Statue can do. It's now a straight fight. I will remind you, as it stands, if they finish like this, Geralt is the champion. But if Domsky overtakes, so much as overtakes, it's him. This is a straight up battle for the championship. And the track's still wet, it's still slippery, it's still tricky. The tires, I feel like the tires are not working for Geralt. He's not getting them in the temperature range that they need to be. And I'm fairly confident to say that there is a setup difference. Domsky clearly has lower downforce. Statue is catching up to him again. He's right behind his tail. But here, Domsky is going to start closing. That is my prediction. And it's going to be enough to overtake this lap, next lap. What are we looking at here? Domsky is faster in a straight line. Geralt is defending. Ooh, it's not this time around, but it's not looking good for Geralt. He's got a much better exit here, and that's what he needs to rely on. Better turns, better exits, and he might be able to hold on for what will be another excruciating 17 laps. Plus, we might see a second stop from people. Some people have indicated to me that it will be doing a 2-stop. Domska up Eau Rouge will be trying to catch up to Gerald. He might be able to do it. He's much faster in his straight line. He's at lower downforce. He's on the inside. It's going to be championship for Domska. He is ahead. He breaks late and there he goes. Domska takes 5th place in the race and 1st place in the championship as it stands. Because this being the last race, it is all to fight for. And there's nothing after this that can make anything good that you lack here. As Gerald simply started driving with too much downforce. Is that going to be his Waterloo? Or is there a strategical wrinkle, a strategical detail that may be missed so far? Statue, I think, has really arranged the best seats for this fight. He's right behind these two. And Domska is starting to run away. This is worrisome. But the real question is Domska on a 2-stop or on a 1-stop? Because it's very possible we're not only seeing a downforce difference here, but we're also seeing a fuel difference. That is not out of the question. So Domska needs to stay sharp. Ooh, and so does Geralt, honestly, because Statue is starting to look a bit scary. That is these two. And while all that was happening, Marcus has now conceded the position to the Crow, who's going to start chasing down Dustin. He wants that his team to win. Now, it's going to be tough. If Dustin wins this race, it's very, very difficult for the Crow and Domska to win the team championship, especially if Geralt also finishes. So the Crow really needs to put it all in for this fight. And you see Statue has overtaken Geralt. Is Geralt simply too slow? Is downforce too high? Or are we looking at a Geralt Smith that is trying to do a repeat of Indianapolis last year? Do a 1-stop where everybody else does a 2-stop. Is he on high fuel? High pressure? Maybe it's high pressure for him. He's not driving the best he can. As it stands though, Domska is the champion. Only way to change that is to overtake him. Or to stop once less. And then you're relying on Domska making another stop. Nacho catching Cavalo here. Cavalo in the hover Ferrari. It seems to happen every race right now, so... Sure. Looks a bit silly, but rest assured they still get tire wear, they still get grass on their tires. It's not a sheet, it's just visual. So not quite ready to make a move yet. Una sees, hang on. Statue is cooking. It's not necessarily that Geralt is slow, that Statue is fast. Because now he's putting pressure on Domska. Ooh, and I think the Crow made a mistake. He's dropped 2 places. Keep an eye on these two. Oh, and the Crow's all over the place. What's going on? Are they deploying nasty tactics? Oh, no. I think the Crow just has damage. He's lost a lot of position. Oh, that's such a shame. He had such a good first stint. He's losing it all through what seems like, well, just damage. He's lost it to Geralt now as well. I was thinking maybe slowing down to try and make Geralt's life a living hell. But it's not that. He just has damage. Yeah, he's going into the pits. He has damage. He needs to repair. It will be his last stop. He will be refueling for the rest of the race. But that's not great. That's really unfortunate. Domska still defending from Statue. Of course, this needs to happen cleanly. Statue looking on the inside. Oh, he's later on the brakes. They don't need to be ahead to force the overtake. Because in the steward's room, they have decided you always just need to leave space if you're on the side. It's better for racing. It looks a lot better. And these guys do it perfectly. Statue not able to overtake. Domska keeping it ultra clean. And actually it gives Geralt a little bit of space, a little bit of time, a little bit of an opportunity to catch up again. Dustin is absolutely running away with it. Marcus, I think, has lost 5 seconds since the last time we checked, which was about 5 laps ago. See, the Crow is in the pits for a long time. There must have been a lot of damage that he was carrying. And Randers is also in the pits. Have they touched? Might have been an incident between those two drivers. Statue's very close, and this is big trouble for Domska. It's a lot of pressure. Geralt is struggling with the tires. See in the background, he was squirming. It was not a good exit from him in any size, shape, or form. Losing a lot of time, but these two are fighting. They might lose even more time. On the inside, then this time, Statue, is he gonna make it? Yeah, Domska's gonna have to let him go. Statue's re-overtaken Domska, is currently in P3. I think Randers has retired. Makes that our 5th retiree of today. Randers being, of course, in P12 when he retired does mean he will get a point. But it's not looking as good as it did earlier today. He had such a good race at the start. Pole position, flawless in the first stint. Not quite the pace of Dustin and other drivers, but he kept himself up there. And something happened. I think he took a lot of damage and it decided to, unfortunately, retire the car. And that's the end of the season for him. Really tragic to see it end like that, but that's how it is. Statue is holding up Domska maybe a little bit, but Geralt is not catching up. This pack is, generally speaking, I think faster than Dustin. And, generally speaking, also catching Marcus. Are we looking at different... I feel like some people here are in a 1-stop and some are in a 2-stop. Domska is trying to re-overtake Statue and he does it very cleanly. Fighting does slow them down when I think that is another retirement. Dmitry Petrov, unfortunately, retired. Will take home 2 points for being 11th when that happened. Close eye on these two. The closest battle on track right now. You know, this is Saubers, currently 7th and 8th. I suppose that will not be enough to hold up a Cavalo and Statue that are doing an amazing job today. Securing themselves, I think, will be 3rd place in the team championship. If my memory is correct. Statue, in fact, fighting for a podium. He's doing a great job keeping up with Domska, keeping up the pressure. They're essentially equal on pace. I think it's mostly that the car for Domska is faster, but Statue is really benefiting from this slipstream. It's got slightly higher downforce, but the slipstream is balancing that out. In fact, I think it's giving him more speed than Domska is able to generate naturally. He's lifting here. Interesting. He's deciding not to fight. Tactical decision. Tactical decision, because if you swap positions every lap, Geralt will catch up and you will have to suddenly worry about not necessarily losing 3rd and going 4th, but losing 3rd and going 5th. Statue still here to maximize the result as much as he can. On the other hand, though, we do have a Nacho behind the Cavalo. I think he's trying to chase him down. Trying to catch up and overtake. Not happening right now. Oh, and you see Dustin, first one to stop for the 2-stop. Marcus might be inheriting the lead in a bit. We do see Silver also in for his 2nd stop. Max Fiat going through, but I think Dustin keeps the lead. Yes, Dustin does indeed keep the lead, and it looks like it's going to be an easy Dustin win. Which will be his first, and Geralt is also stopping. Geralt is trying to do an undercut on Domska, it seems. Hopefully on tires that do work this time. It's very possible that early in his stint, he messed up his tires a little bit in the wet patches. But now he's out on fresh rubber, and now we need to really worry about what Domska and Statue are doing. They are still fighting. Domska and Statue side by side. Statue not able to re-overtake. We'll have 20 of 30, and these two have only stopped once. Might need to stop again. And Geralt Smith is trying to undercut for the championship. I feel like I cannot remind you enough that this is a championship battle between Domska and Geralt. Geralt has just done his 2nd pit stop. He will be trying to warm up the tires and get as good of a lap time out of this lap as he can. Domska is fighting Statue and will be losing time to that. It's something he just needs to worry about constantly. Is he gonna blink? Is he gonna stop right now? Or is he gonna do it later? Does he think the overcut is faster? Because the overcut is also a thing, of course. These cars refuel. The cars are lighter at the end of their stint. As a result, it might be better to stop later. So what's Domska gonna do? Is he gonna come in? He does come in. Oh, and now we have something very interesting going on. Domska for his last stop. Marcus is also in the pits. Statue keeps going. Geralt. Ooh, he's through the bus stop chicane. Where's Domska? Domska is still standing still. He now starts driving. He now starts driving out of the pits. And there's no statue now to help anyone. Geralt will have a faster run. But he is behind. Quite a bit. But he has caught a little bit. It went from 3 to 2 seconds, roughly. It's still a big distance to bridge, but far from impossible. As it stands though, Domska does seem to be winning the championship. Still quite a bit of race to go. It's not over until it's over. But that is how it is right now. And quietly, Statue is currently P2. Probably still needs to stop, but not definitively. That's not for sure. I think he does. Currently very quick though. Low fuel, very light, very rapid. Tires seem to be working just fine. The question is, if Statue pits, we see he does not. Where's he going to emerge? We don't have to worry about that yet. I think we really want to worry about, of course, these two. Domska and Geralt Sprint, who you could just about see behind. But the gap is substantial. Is Domska going to take home what was, for the longest time, his championship? Really until last race where he crashed out. Is he going to secure it finally? Finally. It would have been a torturous week last week. From the crash onwards. Would have been torturous to keep thinking about what if it had been secured then. Will have been churning in his head as he'd done these practice laps around this Spa circuit. He is, I'm sure, driven 100 or 200 laps around here before the practice sessions even started. Geralt must have done the same with an opportunity to get his championship, but Domska is showing the quality that he showed at the start of the season. Things haven't quite gone his way with the fact that Dustin is very far ahead right now. Statue hasn't stopped yet either. Oh, actually, Dustin has stopped 2 times. He just stopped from the lead and emerged into the lead. Statue is now stopping again. Or maybe I said I'm not paying attention. Marcus VR is now in 2nd place. We're doing a great job for the team he is driving in, the Tyrrell team. Who are currently on 0 points, but will be emerging with 12 it seems. We'll be very happy with that. See what's going on with Geralt, who's still quite a way behind Domska, but the ever annoying factor of Statue is just 2 seconds up the road. It's really putting a cap on what Domska can do, but he has lower downforce. He can overtake on the Camel Straight. This does seem to be almost the closest battle, because Statue is actually flying. Marcus needs to worry about the Ferrari in his mirrors. Look from the roof then. Is Statue going to be able to catch up to Marcus? It's not close enough yet. He's close. Not close enough for an overtake. He's close though. Statue definitely has the pace over Marcus. Better tires will be the difference. Statue has also really shown great form this season. Of course, his win at SSR in Portugal. Very memorable this season. Putting massive pressure on Marcus. And I think we've lost another driver. I think that's Silver, the Williams driver. Fortunately, didn't make it to the end. The Crow is fighting with Michael. But this is for an improvement of podium position, really. Statue's already on the podium and looks to stay there. Marcus is the only person in his way. Was looking left and right, quite literally, but nothing to be done. See, there's actually two lines out of La Source, so do the comfortable modern line where you don't have all of that runoff. Marcus is very comfortable taking all that runoff. I think that's how the fastest guys do it. Very close behind. Statue is faster in a straight line. Marcus is just simply not able to keep up. Statue, ooh, nope. Nope, side by side. It looked a little bit like that, but it was completely fine. Statue has taken second place. Also, be Domska that's catching up to Marcus. You see in the background also Gerald still trying. 5 laps to go. It's gonna be tough, but if Gerald can pick up the pace and Domska gets stuck on Marcus, it's still all to fight for. And I also want to check who has the fastest lap right now. Is it Domska? 52.3 is very fast. There's a 53.9 from Dustin though. I think it's just gonna take everything in terms of those points. Because if this is a situation, if Domska finishes behind Gerald, 1 position behind Gerald, but has fastest lap, it is still gonna be a Domska win. I think at this point, because Dustin has a much faster lap, I don't think Domska is going to improve on that, provided that he has to fight with Gerald later. If he doesn't have to fight with Gerald, he wins anyway. Because on the tie on points, Domska wins. He has got 3 wins against 2 from Gerald. Looking like a clean championship drive so far. Not perfect, but clean enough. He of course had to stop twice. Because the tires didn't change, maybe? Maybe the fuel didn't go in? Must have been a configuration error if that's the case, because they fixed that. Allegedly. And I do now see Domska is indeed closing in on Marcus. He's going to start feeling the dirty air. I will want this over sooner rather than later. I think if he doesn't make it past in Sector 1, it might cost him a second across the lap to Gerald. That cannot happen too often. That might cost him the championship. It's that simple. But we're not there yet. Gerald is still a ways away, and Marcus is still a little bit away. Oh, you do see, I warned about this very early in the broadcast. Because of the way things are set up, it's possible to start raining at the end. Now, I don't think it will be enough rain to force people to go on wet weather tires, but it might be enough rain to make the track slippery, to make the track tricky. I see Michael. Oh, Michael's making a big mistake. He's in the wall. Oh, and his car is crabbing. He's currently ahead of Nacho, I think, his teammate. And there is a retirement from, I think it's Cavalo. We still got main championship contenders. That was the first thing I was looking for. I think Cavalo has unfortunately retired. Leaves us 8 drivers, but with it all to fight for. Mark can play a very important role in here. He, of course, has all the right to defend his own position. It's a 3rd place. It's 10 points in the championship. He will want those, no matter what. Championship fight or not that he doesn't participate in, doesn't matter. He's gonna do what he can to defend a position, and that's his right. If that means that Domska slows down and Gerald gets in range, that's not his concern. It's only a few laps to go, only 3 laps, and the rain is gonna start hitting hard and fast in a lap or 2. It's going to make things extremely tricky. We might get a completely insane finish here. I feel like it's hitting a bit too soon. Not as in the game is wrong, but this is going to affect things massively. Potentially. If the last lap is drenched, we will have complete chaos. Domska is looking. This is really the fight that it's all about. If Domska can get past Marcus, I think he's got his championship secured. But if he struggles, if he gets slowed down too much, it's gonna be tricky for Gerald still to overtake, but it's gonna be possible. And sometimes possible is all we need. It is so close behind, he can practically taste the fumes. But it's gonna go past. And preferably quickly. Gerald is not quite yet catching up, but if they start fighting, if lunges are being made and they are unsuccessful, then they will lose time rapidly. Both of these drivers. And Gerald will put himself into the conversation. But Gerald is running out of time. It's only 2 laps to go. Oh, and I think... No? Has Dustin made a mistake? I feel like people caught up massively really quick, really there. The statue is suddenly only 2.5 seconds behind. Oh, Geralt is seriously struggling on traction. Domska is not close enough to Marcus to make a lunge. I don't think that's gonna happen. And the track is getting slipperier and slipperier. So he's letting these drivers by. I think that is Nacho or Michael. One of the two. Very nice. This is, of course, a championship battle they are not involved in. Michael is ahead of them still. Letting them by as well. Geralt is bogged down behind them, though. But what is Geralt's situation right now? Oh, and I think there's another retirement. What happened? Somebody retired. Geralt is still here, Domska is still here. Very important. The Crow retired. The Crow had a crash, I think, and retired. It's really unfortunate. I see somebody. I think they had a GPU driver crash. That's really unfortunate. I don't quite know which driver it is. And those things unfortunately happen. Hardware failures in F1, but also in sim racing. In a different way, but they happen. Oh, and it's gonna start getting tricky. The last lap. It could be hell. It could be hell. Domska right behind Marcus is not able to overtake him yet. Marcus has all the rights, remember, to defend this. There's also a fight for the win, technically. These are within a second of each other. I only have 2 eyes and 1 camera, so we're going to watch this. The championship unfortunately supersedes it. See, Geralt has a decent exit. I think he's too far away, though. What's Statue gonna do? Statue is catching up to Dustin. Oh no, Dustin, please. They don't have a win yet this season. He's gonna defend on the inside. Goes back to the outside. Inside. Statue around the outside for the win of the race. Statue takes the position. The Statue's gonna win this race. Dustin, unfortunately. What's happening with Dustin? He's losing so much time. He's not fast. Does he have to conserve fuel? Oh, his tire is dead. Statue. Does he have damage? Very possible. Statue is now winning this race after a brilliant overtake on the Camel Straight. Domska is still winning the championship. Geralt is simply too far away. The rain is here. Well and truly, as you can see on your screen. That's unfortunately Cavallo had a graphics card crash. That's very sad because I had a decent race. And it's Statue in the wall! Statue is in the wall! Statue! No, you were going to win this race! It's Dustin back in the lead. Marcus is in P2. Domska is now in P3. He's going to make the podium. And Geralt is not there. Geralt is not close enough. Domska would need to make a mistake. But as it stands, Domska is going to win the championship. Dustin is going to win this race. Marcus is now driven away. Domska is losing time rapidly. Geralt is catching up. Geralt is better in these conditions, it seems, but it's not much. It's not much left. It's only a chicane. It's only a chicane that Dustin has made. He's going across the line. He's going to win this race. I'm gonna give him there. That's him. Domska also wins this battle between Geralt that actually became close at the end, but in the end it is Domska, the championship winner of the 5th season of the Semi-Slick Racing Championship. What an insane ending. Where did Statue finish? 5th. I'm gonna have to update this real quick. Geralt got 4th. Then we've got Michael, Nacho, Domska in 3rd, Marcus in 2nd. Very well done for him. Who is the fastest lap? Quickly, Domska with a 52.3, 52.1 from the Crow, actually. 52.1 from the Crow. He has got fastest lap. Okay, we'll submit the results in my application. That was an insane ending to what looked to be a very strategical, a very held back race until it all kicked off at the end. Dustin losing the win and then regaining it after a mistake from Statue. Let's see what this did to all of the standings. This will be, in principle, it will be provisional. I think we're quite certain about who won the championship. It is, of course, I'm going to skip the race results. You've seen them. It is, of course, Domska winning the championship, 91 points to 90, as close as it can be. Very well done from him. He's been great all of the season. He's been incredible, impeccable in the first 4 races, the first half, 3 out of 4. Not a single win after that, but he has been strong. He's just been a bit unlucky in places. But he has claimed what I think most people would agree was his championship to lose. And we got Gerald in P2. Crazy season from him. He wasn't really on the radar after the first few races by sheer dominance of Domska. Domska looked to be running away from it, but he's been so consistent. He deserves that second place. Dustin in P3 and the Crow having to settle for P4. Not a great race from him today, unfortunately, but that is how it is. He actually ties with points on Statue. Oh, Statue could have had 4th. Statue could have had 4th. It is what it is. Statue 5th place in the standings. Nacho in P6 ahead of his teammate Michael. And then comes Randers, who didn't have the race he wanted today. Then Cavalo, who unfortunately had a hardware failure. Then we have, well, it's technically a software failure if it's the driver. Not the racing driver, it's the graphics card driver. Marcus VR in P10 after 2 very good races from him. Of course, getting a podium position, 2nd place today. 12 points from that alone. Then we got Silver making the top 12 and Nolsey rounding it off. What else is there? What else is on the standings? Max Manfred in P13. We've got JJ, HGM, who joined today, but I don't think he secured any points. He retired very, very quickly, unfortunately. We've got Ride or Die. We've got Abo, who joins for a few races. Maserati with one very good race. And another one to almost repeat that. We've got Mario Dmitry Petrov, who got 2 points today. PC Finch and Hans Topo got a point. Then we've got G1 Game Tiger, Dr. Two-Face, Kamikaze, Ardoric, Weasel, Lady Cruzette, who joined today, and Jordi, who haven't scored any points, but did join one race today. We're very happy that they did. As I go to the team standings, I do want to emphasize, if you have enjoyed the season, first of all, don't forget to join the Discord. We have a Discord. It is in the description if you're on YouTube. It is pinned in the comment section on Twitch. You can join these races. You can join other races. We have other championships going on. We have, not going on. We will have other championships in the future. We currently have every Wednesday a couple of races. All those things. Very important that people know that they can join, that they're welcome to join, that they can be part of these championships. After that, of course, let's look at the teams. Benetton's are the Constructor Champions with Dustin and Gerald driving those cars to very, very good places. Many podiums, couple of wins, and Dustin, of course, closing it off with his own win. Actually, of those top 2 teams, both drivers have won a race. Fun fact. And I think it's very deserved from all of them. Sauber takes home 3rd in championship, I think purely because of the Ferrari apocalypse at the end. It could have been so much different. But it is what it is. Next year will be Ferrari's year, I'm sure. And they've got Williams in P5. Quite a distance from Ferrari, unfortunately. They've got Jordan taking home the 6th place ahead of McLaren. Terrell, after a very good performance from Marcus VR, the solo driving that team up to 8th place. Very well done from him. Manali, Simtek and Pamela in that order behind. That rounds off the whole championship. There is no calendar to show you. There is nothing else. Thank you so much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure to do these races. I'm thinking about making a little bit more on YouTube for the season. Keep an eye out for that. I'm not sure if it's going to happen yet. I got to find the time somewhere. But it's been such an amazing season. I do want to look back on it in a fitting way. Will be fitting in my opinion. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. If you're on Twitch, don't forget to follow. And I'll see you next time.